Alright, here we go. One more video. This is the Zahl Destroyer. This is part of the coalition forces from the Delta Quadrant. They joined together with the Hydron and the Krenum before the Krenum decided, well, factions of the Krenum decided to be evil. So, pretty cool. Kind of a stocky ship, you know? Kind of bulky. And I think that's the point. It's supposed to be like a tough ship. Let's take a look here. This is the Zahl Heavy cruiser. I have the shield's warp impulse and deflector are all from the Discovery reputation. I have 2 fore and 2 aft spiral rave disruptor beams because they are some of the more powerful weapons that I have. In the rear, I've got resonant disruptor beams. In the fore, I've got Terran Task Force disruptor beams from the Terran Task Force reputation here. In the fore, I've got the Advanced Temporal Defense Chronoton Torpedo Launcher. In the aft, I've got the Krenum Chronoton Torpedo Launcher. For my devices, I have the Subspace Field Modulator, which reduces damage and increases defense rating. I have the Red Matter Capacitor, which increases all power levels and repairs damaged, disabled subsystems. I have the Temporal Negotiator, which reduces bridge officer recharge times. And I just threw a Nimbus Pirate Distress Call in here because I like for this thing to be full, but I don't have a full set of things to put in there. So, for my engineering consoles, I have 2 isomagnetic plasma distribution manifolds, which increase weapon power and weapon damage, and subsequently weapon damage. They also increase it past the maximum amount, which is nice. I have the Polark Modulator, which increases my inertia, my flight speed, my turn rate. Oh, I probably should take that off, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. I've got a Trillium D plating, which increases my damage resistance and hull capacity. And I have a Timeline Stabilizer, which reduces the cooldown on Science Bridge Officer abilities and give me some cool stuff. This console is the one that came with this ship. This is the Temporal Shielding Matrix. It increases your shield regeneration rate, your maximum shield capacity, and increases your damage resistance versus chronoton weapons, which is nice. It has a click thingy that does supercharging of temporal shielding. It gives you control immunity and high damage resistance, and it debuffs the foe. So, pretty good. And then, from a previous ship that I was running on, this is the Timeline Analysis Sensor Grid, and it's a 2-part set that has temporal phasing, which is what I wanted to do. For my tacticals, I've got 4 PAX directed energy distribution manifolds, which increase beam damage and hull capacity. You know what? I'm going to put that thing back on there. I like being able to turn faster. Alright. So this is the supercharged temporal shielding. And then timeline analysis. No. Where's the one? I want the one that's the 2-part on this. Temporal phasing. Oh, okay. On activation of a Science Bridge Officer ability, defense rating, energy damage resistance rating. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see how we do. Here come the Borg. Let's give them what for. Well, it definitely goes fast. And the ship is not too strong. we use that timeline analysis. We'll also use the supercharged temporal shielding, the timeline stabilizer, power of math. And I'll try to keep myself alive here. Oh, this guy is not doing very well. Maybe I'm just shooting at the wrong enemies. There we go. Seems like it took a while, but I guess not. Well, there you go. Alrighty. That was the Zahl Heavy cruiser. Right there. It's an alright ship. I mean, it looks pretty cool, just to have unique stuff. I don't think I would probably fly as this. It doesn't seem very strong. Might have it loaded out wrong, because it's got a huge hole. Huh. Maybe it's just the way I was playing. Anyway, this one's pretty nice. This comes from the Low-Buy store. I would not recommend buying it, though, unless you really had a hankering for finishing up this set. And you already had the timeline analysis core, and you wanted to have a 2-part set. Otherwise, yeah, not so much. Anyway, that's all for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy.